Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I'm Cody, and I'm going to be reviewing the Becker Combat Bowie, otherwise known as the Becker BK9. So this version, I've swapped out the polymer scales for these micarta scales, and I used paint stripper and removed the coat of paint from here, so it's a plain blade now. This comes with really smooth polymer scales that, in my opinion, are too smooth. I feel like my grip is not secure on them, so I opted for some different material. I believe these micarta scales are around $70 Canadian to order. The knife comes at about $210 Canadian, and it features a Crovan 1095 carbon steel blade that is not stainless, which is why they all come coated with a black coating. But I thought I would strip the paint and keep it oiled. I've got dry lubricant on here. You can keep it coated in mineral oil, or just make sure to keep it dry whenever it's wet. Dry it off, because this is not a stainless. This will rust. You can see the machine lines down the blade, and a nice little kind of a stone washed finish on here. So this is quite attractive blade when its paint has been removed. But if you want this to be as intended, as a really durable, don't think about it knife, then keep the black coating on it. Then you don't have to worry about the rust. Full tang construction. You've got a flat hammer, tent pegs, crushing nuts, blunt force trauma. Handle comfort. This is the same shape of handle as the nylon or the polymer handles that it comes with, and handle comfort is excellent. I have extra large hands. You can see even with some gloves, I'll have room on here. With these micarta handle scales, the grip is comfortable and secure. The jimping on here is chamfered and, sparse, but definitely effective, really comfortable. You can't choke up on here. There's no space. This isn't legit, and you're going to cut your finger. So you can do thumb forward if you have really big hands, but this is going to be about as forward as you're going to practically be using this knife for. Back here, up a little bit. You have somewhat of a high saber grind. You have an unsharpened swedge here to aid in penetration. And the result is a knife that can be used as a combat knife, as a Bowie. This does slice paper from the box. This is good at penetrating. The weight for this large knife is medium for a knife of this length and size. Not heavy, not light. You can see the blade tang is stout. Not ridiculous and not thin. It is on the thick side. And at this point, it begins to taper to a point. The actual cutting edge is quite thin. It's because you have all this real estate to thin down to the cutting edge. The sharpening on the cutting edge from the factory is even on both sides. I'll do a size comparison with everyone's combat knife that they're familiar with. Look out, dude. The K-bar. You can see this is proper Bowie size. nice and big. There. And you can just see tang thickness is a little bit thicker on this, not significantly thicker than the K-bar, a little bit thicker. So this would do well as a Bowie, this would do well as a machete, this would do well as a survival knife, except for striking flint steel. There's no 90-degree spines on the knife. You may have to just use the edge if you're going to be using a flint steel. You're going to, that's the only drawback on this. For this will baton, this will do wood shavings, and so this is a good multi-use tool. It's big, you know, if you're going to be out, you know, weeks at a time, yeah, you could probably use this as like a, you know, multiple tools. This could be a hatchet, this could be a machete, you know, zombies defense knife in the post-apocalypse. So overall, if you want a large knife that can do a lot of things except strike a fire, you might want to just use the blade for that. This is a pretty interesting knife. Overall, I'd rate this for large knife, multi-tool use, pretty highly. Maybe B+. I'll give this a B+ rating. Although you do want to at least tape up the polymer handle scales that it comes with, because they do feel slippy. 1095 Crowvan steel is similar to 440 or 420 HC in that it's high on toughness and low on edge retention. So this is going to roll rather than chip, which is much easier to put the edge back on. This, so yeah, I give this like a B or a B+. I'll give it a B+ for like an all-around big knife. And yeah, that concludes my review of the Becker BK9, the Becker Combat Bowie. Hope you all have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.